skills.
Hi, my name's Simon, and welcome to my model pop production. This is one of my tracks. Okay, I'll just play you a bit of it. Yeah, there you go. I'll just start at the bottom. Work up. What I've got here is a 4-to-floor kick, running all the way through, sent onto bus 10. Okay, with the stereo out taken off. I just use that to add some dynamic movement to some of the compressors. I've got a compressor over the drums, the bass. So when the kick comes in, the bass lowers in volume, and then the bass increases volume when the kick comes off. Add some movement to the pads. You can use the side chain for anything really on the filter, noise gate, anything you want. Moving up to the drums. I've got all the drums in blue. Okay, I color code stuff, everything. If I come back to it in the future, it makes it easier for me to read. And also if I pass it on to another producer or engineer to do a mix down, they can see what's happening very much more easily. Normally, when I got to the track this stage, I bounce everything down to audio stems, and I do my mix down in audio stems because it releases some of the CPU power there. Get a better mix down. Have a quick look at the drums. Go into the mixer page. Okay, I've got all my drums in blue. Now, normally I'd send everything onto a single bus, single channel. So bus 5 I've used here, but not for everything. Okay, so if I that's the drums. Go down here. I've got 2 kicks going on. I wanted to add some fullness. You know, it's a pop club track. I want the drums to cut through the mix. So all the drums on here, what I have done. Okay, then I've sent them off to bus 7 via the effects sends. So I've got 2 channels of drums here now. These 2. I call that a New York parallel compression. Add some fullness. Then I've sent them via the stereo out to bus 9. So now I've got all the drums on bus 9 there. Okay, taking the solos off. Okay, and I'll take it on that one. And this is where I process it, add some effects. I've got the Magnetic Nomad. That's a third-party software to add some tape forms. Enveloper, add a bit of tack. Channel EQ, Camel Fat, that's just like overdrive. And a compressor, click on that and you can see I've sidechained bus 10 into it to add some movement into the compressor. That's what's happening in the drums. Highlight all them, click and highlight. Take the solos off, moving up to the bass. I've got 4 layers of bass here. Highlight one of them. Got locators, solo. It's quite a funky bass line that, made of semiquavers. And the main bass I've got here on channel here. I've got a sub bass. Go up to here, lower down an octave. I click on here, I can lower an octave to add some sub bass. I brought the bass, both basses, a little bit to the left. Okay, the same with the snare and the bass to add a bit of push to the track. These two channels I've muted. I just delayed these an octave up. Go up here, you can see I've raised them an octave. Pans hard left, hard right to add some echo. Okay, to the bass. I tend to do that because it makes the I want to keep the clarity in the bass. You can echo on the bass level as well. It's up to you. Got up to the pad. Okay, just highlight that. Let's have a listen to the pad a second. some nice movement there. It's in stereo. Put the pad in stereo. Copy down. Pans hard left, hard right. Sent onto one channel. All pads channel there. And I've got bus 6 into the side chain, adding some extra movement. Add to the chords. If I solo here, highlight the chords, set to locator. I've got to be honest, I got that from a song by The Clash called The Magnificent Seven. Obviously I've used different sound and some effects and processing on it. Laid it twice to give it some fullness. Up to the string section. During the bridge, I've got some strings coming in. Add some tension before the final section of the music. I've got that layered twice as well. Here we go up to the electric guitar. I've called it electric guitar. It's actually electric bass, but pitched quite high up. If you have a listen, solo those three. Rhythmic guitar with some delay reverb on it. Laid it 3 times, give it fullness. Obviously then I sent it off to one bus. Okay, and moving up to the melody section. The melody, that's quite a full sound anyway. I've got that from the Omnisphere. If we go to the main melodic section for the final section, solo that. I haven't really added much to that, to be honest, because that was a sound already designed in the Omnisphere. It had effects on it, so I've left that out as it is, and it's a pretty full sound, so I didn't need to add more. I've got the melody, some strings there doubled up. Moving up to the vocals. Vocals would be considered 50% of the track, so I've got them laid 4 times. If I highlight those 4 set locators like that, okay, go down into the mixer. Here you have the vocals here. Notice I've got a stereo spread on them. -40, -20, +20, +40 like that. And then sent on to bus 14, which is here, which is where I've added the effects. And some of the effects there. I'm trying to get sort of different sound from the vocal. And I can press Alt and switch them on and off. Pitch correction, that'd be auto-tune. Okay, pitch correction would be auto-tune to check the scale. But if I have a listen, if I solo, I like that. If I solo those 3, 4. Let's have a look and let's back up here. So I've got a melody on. So if I come down here.
Each new hour, all new materials, the new materials. Each new hour of new challenges.
Notice how it bounces back up. That's because I've got automating on here, and you can tell that by the read. So I've got on read. I've got the volume, the vocals automated, so they move in volume up and down. Sent off a bit of effects there to some delay, bit of reverb, and of course I've got some chorus here and some different effects coming in there on the group channel, bus 14. Okay. Just to show you, coming up here, I've got effects, some effects here to bring in the transitions. And then at the top, what I've done, I've dragged in a song I like from iTunes, dropped it into the arrangement window, lined it up, I can get the tempo off beatport.com and the key. Okay, and then I open the notes. I tend to add it in the notes there just for future reference. And then I've mapped out the form, the structure of the music. I've got a bridge there. I could have added a break, maybe a 2-1-2 bar break along the bridge. Anything I want, just to give me some guidance to keep the workflow going. And then moving up to the top, click on Global Tracks, Tempo. These are all my tempo changes I've added to the music. Okay. And you'll see the main tempo is about 120. For the intro, I start off at 118. Moves up to 120 there. For the chorus, if I zoom in on the chorus, okay, what I've done is a bar before the beginning of the chorus, I've dropped down to 118, tempo 118, and then I've just banged it back up to 123, faster than the original tempo. When the chorus comes in, give it that live feel. Okay, I've done that throughout the track. For the bridge, I've dropped down to 118 again, up to 122 for the chorus on that one. And then, for the final outro, I brought it down to 115, okay, just to bring the tune to a close. That's just adding some tempo changes to your music, giving it that live feel. Right, if I close that, what I would do, once I've finished a good track like that, it's produced well, I would save it, and especially if I've done a good mix down as well of it, you know, and if I've got my track I like up there, I can A/B it to check the levels and how it's sounding. I could go up to here, save as template, and I've got the production, and I've got the mix down, and the tempo changes saved as a template, and I could use that template for future recordings, and so saving me time. So actually, writing music's a lot quicker, and that's how you would work in a studio. I'd have a template for drum and bass production, pop production, classical production, jazz production. Lots of different templates, and then I can bring them up quickly, and then the production, the mix down, would be mostly done for you. Plus, it gives you something to build on. Right, if for future tutorials, I will do 10 minutes, 15-minute tutorial on the drums, bass, chords, and vocals for you to listen to, okay? So, I hope to see you again. Goodbye.
Skills. Top rank, point blank, we vital. Spit flows, slip shows, peep the recital. Skills. Yeah, you feel it when we drop those hot beats, stop foes, killing. Skills.